So I don't know what to name him. A real life Seto Kaiba, straight from Kaiba Corp. As you can see here. He even got a mask guy hanging out with him over here. Damn, I wonder what you were playing.
Oh, just Blue Eyes.
What? Shocker.
Not too technical, simple.
Go for it.
I'll run one of these. It's good to foolish, good to special. Most people will run 3. The way I'm playing it, not necessary. This can be searched. It's good. Everybody plays it. Comes into play when I need it. This is what's been winning me games. Search for polymerization. If there's a normal monster in graveyard, I can special summon in defense position. This is a 2-for-1. This normally pushes for games 50% of the time. Ash Blossom. I normally side them out for drawing lockbirds or ogres. They seem to be more effective because I'm not too worried about them adding cards to hand. 2 of these, they're necessary to target these guys when I don't need them on board anymore, or I use it to target Maiden. Maiden's really good because everything targets in the format, so these to this combo, it's good.
You could train wreck me from Mind if I grab on the map?
I go 3 stones, very basic, shuffle them around, get targeted. This is what's been winning me games. The jet. Basically, other stuff I control can't be targeted, or can't be destroyed. Can be targeted, but can't be destroyed. So this gotta be, leaves the field first.
He flies here too, that's it.
Yep, he can special summon from hand or graveyard, or something on my field gets destroyed. If his effects get negated on board and I have one in hand or graveyard, he'll still pop off. He's also good to bounce stuff back to hand during combat, so he goes for the extra push just so you don't have to worry about stuff on board to go for game. Double alternative, I've been thinking about running 3. It comes up sometimes, but it can be clunky. 3 Blue Eyes, gotta have all the arts.
Gotta have all the arts.
Yeah, gotta.
He's like 15 Blue Eyes. Gotta have all the arts. All of them.
I got a binder just of Blue Eyes, but yeah.
Nice.
Harpy Feather Duster, it's essential. Don't have a lot to blow out the back row. I don't think it's too relevant, only against some decks. Gets sided out a lot. I have a target to search this to hand. Off of this. So it's a good combo off a normal summon. It's a good search. Help pushes. The 1 Regeki. 1 Call by the Grave. These are essential to the deck. This one you can always cut 50% of the time for another one of these, just because you don't want to deal with the board. And then these right here. It's good. You can only trigger this effect to destroy stuff if you fusion during your main. Other than that, its quick effect is still good. So it's good spot removal, good fusioning. Downside is everything goes from field or graveyard or your hand into the deck, so you lose other targets for other stuff. This is more of a late game card, or if you absolutely have to. This is the MVP. I basically say your board is my board because I don't make too big of a board and I don't really care about my own board, so this just says thank you. Definitely search necessary, basic, generic. I just want the generic ditch, make my life easy. This is good. I don't care about my extra deck because my main deck is my MVP. So, comes in relevant sometimes when you need to get around stuff and make your monster indestructible and unaffected by card effects. So this, and if you're attack a monster or your opponent attacks you and you block, you basically destroy the other monster. That's what this does. So I would say this is a pretty good card. You can search it. It can be reused. When a normal Blue Eyes is special summoned to the field, you can bring it back from graveyard. So it's a 2-for-1. It pays its own weight. 2 of these. I need the third one. I'd probably side out this for 1 more of these, but seems to be doing good at 2. I also played 2 of these. That's why I think 2 skill drain is okay. 2/2, and then effect Veiler. These right here pretty much make it even. This right here allows me to pull stuff out of my deck, whether it be a spell or trap with the Blue Eyes name, or special summoning from hand or graveyard. This basically is what is it? Monster Reborn, and it thins your deck out all in one. Downside is if it's destroyed, it blows up your board. Sometimes relevant, sometimes not, depending on what your board looks like in this deck. And then this is the MVP for the meta. Non-targeting and attack positions will just make our opponent start over. And if he extends too far, we'll make him suffer for it and then make him play really slow because he ran out of gas. This just says pump the brakes. So if I want your board, I'll take it with this. That's for heroes. That's when people go first and really want to go wide. These right here basically will clean boards. This is only for heroes. Haven't ran into it, but when it comes into play, he doubles himself in attack and definitely pushes for game. If you're starting off going turn 1, you can pay all of his effects and pay 2,000 to activate each 3, and this becomes super good. Everybody sleeps on this card. Definitely an FTK with this if you set it up correctly. These 2 are good, but again, they're super poly targets. I don't have nothing in my deck that I could, other than this monster and the other. So relevant on my board sometimes, but this is just to clap the board. And then to start my turn, you definitely need these just to get the ball rolling if you got nothing else in your hand. I play this, nobody's expecting it, it's almost unaffected by everything as long as you use an alternative as a material. Super good. Great for finishing games. I'll play 2 and 2. I make this a lot to negate stuff from graveyard. So if you got this on the field, this in hand, and you have 1 Call by the Grave, that's just 3 negates. And nobody can play around 3 negates right now. So this is good. Plus you can bounce out for this. Makes your life a lot easier on reboarding normal monsters if you have a full field already. And then if I have a good field, I can fusion this with contact 2 on the field to the graveyard. He'll do double or he can attack twice for each monster, but only in monsters. And when he attacks a monster, if it wasn't destroyed, right, you can remove the monster with this. So this is good spot removal if you're facing a really big creature. It says at the end of damage, remove that monster. So it doesn't get destroyed, it just removes it. It's a really good effect. It pushes for stuff that can't be destroyed. And then when people want to go on the defense, this is really good. It'll one, it's unaffected by traps or trap effects, so I can have skill drain on board. He still goes off. I can also have him attack, and when he attacks, I can set a trap from my graveyard back to field, so I can keep making a lot of my traps live, and I just never have a never-ending deck essentially once he hits board. So a lot of people, once he's on board and skill drain, most people scoop because you can't play around it. So these two together, I'll always win the game. Even if they do break his effect, they can't go off with their own effects, so they got to beat something over this. Right now, that's kind of hard.
Nice, nice. It's all the sauce. Saucy deck. So, how do you feel your deck's working out? Like, I mean, you've taken this thing to regionals, right?
Yeah.
How's that going over there?
Well, as always, it is a Blue Eyes deck, so you are going to the casino. You can open up Godlike or you can brick. So bricking is still a thing in the deck. You can play around some stuff because you do have reset cards. So as far as I'm winning matches I shouldn't be winning. I can win against Flenderies by, if they overextend, I'll just send something back and we'll make them play at our speed. I've had upsets against people as far as like the splites when they were running around. I shouldn't have been winning the splite matchup, but I was, just because of this and skill drain. So there's just certain combination cards that can affect the meta. Whether or not do you hit it, I feel that lucky enough to try and hit it, so that's why I play it. I'm either gonna get it a draw, a 1-1 game, because we go into time, and I'm okay with the draw. A draw for me is a personal win, so I don't really care if I win because Blue Eyes is doing its thing. Simple, fast, and you will brick if you don't believe in it.
Yeah, Kaiba Corp.
Yeah, Kaiba Corp.
Coming to life.
Woo!
He's got a tag all over his chest. Alright, thank you, Kaiba.